Welcome to Furniture Flipping 101. I am going to show you how to paint a piece of furniture. So first things, you're going to take the drawers out, and then you're going to start by taking those handles off. Even if you're keeping the same handles, you got to take them off so they don't get full of paint while you're painting the actual wood. So I'm taking them off. I'm going to reuse these, even though you can always update it with modern ones. I just happen to like these. So you're going to sand. You want to start with about 220. Sandpaper. You can go to like 120, you can do 60, you can do 80, but the lower you go, the rougher it's gonna get, and you don't want to scratch up your surface. So normally about 220 is where I start, sometimes 120 if the finish is really thick, but you're not trying to sand it down to bare wood. You just want to take the finish it has off. So basically the shiny part, you're just trying to get that off of all of the wood. You don't want to get all the way down to bare wood. I mean, you can. It's not going to mess up anything, but it's a lot of extra work that you don't really want to have to do. So just go ahead and get that finish off and you'll be good to go. This is the setup I use in my garage. I spray paint my furniture. Well, not spray paint. I paint it with a sprayer. So I use a piece of drop cloth and just cover it up. This is what it looked like after I sanded. You see how I kind of went to the wood on some parts, but the other parts, they're not shiny anymore. But that's okay. That's what we're looking for. It looks perfect of how we want to do it. I am priming. You want to prime with something that has shellac in it. Normally I just use clear shellac by itself, but right now I'm using a white primer that has shellac in it. Shellac is going to block the tannins in the wood so it doesn't bleed through your paint, because then you would see it. Then we're going to sand everything again with a 220. Just hand sanding, going over everything really lightly, because we're going to go do this between every single step of painting, because you don't want like little chunks or bumps or anything in your wood. And if you do this step, you're going to get smooth finish. That's me. Hi. Okay, I'm doing my paint. I'm just taking it off. I'm sitting with my son. We're doing our afternoon chat. He just got home from school. And you're going to stir your paint. So this is really if you're going to use a spray gun to do your paint. You want to stir it up and make sure it's done really good. I have a little bit water in that container to thin it out, but you have to filter your paint. If you're going to use a spray gun, you're going to have to filter your paint. I made the mistake of not filtering my paint once. I was like, I guess it's not that necessary. It was. I learned that the hard way. It was super chunky and we don't want to have to do that. So do this. If you're just going through and painting it with a roller or a paintbrush, you're not going to have to filter it or do anything like this. You can just go straight from the can. So I do the controversial thing of not putting a top coat on my furniture. I use enamel paint that dries really, really hard once it's set in your house or the AC for, a day or two. It dries really, really hard. And so I don't top coat my furniture. That may be controversial. This is the spray gun that I use. I got it on Amazon for like $100. And this isn't a business for me or anything like that. It's just, I'm a therapist and doing this kind of stuff just kind of makes me not go crazy. So this is the one I use, Finish Max Super, and got it on Amazon for like $100. And I love it. It works really well. You'll see why I like to spray my furniture is this shit goes fast. You can really get through a good coat of paint pretty quickly. I missed a spot there at the bottom, but I noticed it later and I fixed it. So please don't come for me. But I mean, you can spray a whole piece of furniture really quickly and only need 1 to 2 coats. I added a base on there because I normally like to put something at the bottom, put the hardware back on, and here we go. This is what she looks like. You want to have a nice smooth finish at the end. That's why I like the sprayer so much, because using a roller or a brush, I just couldn't get that effect. But I really like the way it comes out when I spray it, sand in between, and there you go. You know how to flip.